Purge. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So just a quick update for you. I did play in the US Open Cup match this past weekend, but unfortunately we lost 3-1. So it's obviously very disappointing. We would have liked to advance further on in the US Open Cup because the further you go, you end up playing against higher competition. So it would have been nice to play against some of those higher teams and get some more exposure for our club, but it wasn't to be this time. A lot of you did ask about match footage. You wanted a match analysis, and I was really hoping to get that for you because I haven't done one in quite a while, but unfortunately the match just wasn't recorded. But Mrs. Cunningham, my wife Becca, she came through and got some footage for us, so I'm really grateful for that because it was such a cold day. It was about 30 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like minus something Celsius. It was raining, it was snowing, so she did get some clips of me individually, which I'm going to show you right now. I hope you enjoyed those clips. So I was playing as a left winger and I got myself into some really good positions to cross the ball. I was getting past their fullbacks and a couple of their players, and it was perfect opportunities to whip in the ball for our strikers, but I was typically over-hitting them or under-hitting them. There was a couple of balls that were okay, questionable, but it still amounted to nothing. So that's something I really want to be working on today. It wasn't as sharp as it should be. So it's just one of those days. I'm not going to dwell on it too much. Instead of complaining about it, I'm just going to get in here and work on it. So here in New York, as many of you will know if you do live here or have visited in the winter, the weather isn't ideal, especially for football, but they do have indoor football here. So if you have been following the channel for a while, you'll know that I played my first season of pro indoor football. Good way to stay sharp through the winter. Pre-season for indoor starts in 2 weeks from now, so the team will be getting together. So we technically have 2 weeks off until our next training session, but I'm going to continue to train individually because I want to come in as sharp as possible. Let's get inside and get this training done.
So fast, all tied up like a captive. I'm on to you. Used to pay to my life, standing on rainbows, playing it cool. I don't felt this in ages, and I know my patience. So won't you please stay a bit longer?
guys, so just got done with the workout portion of my training session, so I'm going to rest here for like 15 minutes or so before getting out on the pitch, just to give myself a little bit of a recovery so I'm not going straight into it. But I was just reading through my phone, so when I take a break I usually get back to some emails, some Instagram messages and things like that. And I got a message today, but not just today. I've noticed I've been getting a lot of this type of message recently, and I don't know why it's happening right now. Maybe it's just a coincidence, but I've been getting a lot of messages from players, you guys out there, saying sometimes you're getting criticism, maybe from another player on your team, or somebody in general is kind of giving you some negative comments, and it's like really affecting your confidence. You're struggling to perform on the pitch, it's ringing out in your mind, you keep replaying that over and over again, and it's kind of stripping you of your own self-belief. And so I just wanted to kind of address that, because I'm sure these guys have been messaging me, but I'm sure there's plenty of you out there kind of suffering in silence about it. If you're trying to achieve anything in life, not just being a footballer, whether you're trying to be bigger on YouTube, a musician, anything you can imagine, if you're trying to be successful at something, it is absolutely guaranteed, there's no question about it, that you will receive some kind of criticism at some point, whether it be constructive criticism or just complete hate talk kind of thing. So you need to know the difference between the two. Hate speech is when somebody's just trying to attack your confidence. That's their number one goal. They want to strip you of your confidence, and the way they do that, they say nasty things. They will say something about something that's sensitive to you, whether it's about you directly, whether it's about, I don't know, a family member or something that's important to you. So it might be your footballing ability. They know you're working hard trying to achieve certain goals with it, so they attack that. And that could be one of two reasons. If it's somebody on your team that really doesn't like you or something like that, you got to look at the whole situation here. Are you competing for the same position as that person? You got to look at the bigger picture here to see why might it be that they're actually giving you this hate speech. Because the truth is, there's no successful people that bring down other people. Successful people just don't do that. They don't have time for it. They're too busy working on their own craft. But there are a lot of people out there who want results without actually putting in any work whatsoever. And it becomes quite a negative situation. If you're wanting something but you don't put in the work, chances are you're not going to get that thing, so you end up developing negative feelings. And once you become negative inside yourself, sometimes it's hard to admit to ourselves that we're not good enough, or we haven't put in enough work or anything like that. We struggle to bring our level up, so it's much easier to try and bring other people's level down to our level if we're feeling negative. It makes us feel better about ourselves. Hopefully nobody in the comment section and nobody watching this video is like that. Hopefully you're not criticizing other people to make yourself look better, because that's just a toxic situation. That's typically what happens when you start getting this hate speech. Either you're a threat to them and they don't want you to compete with them, so they're trying to take your level down, or you're outworking them and they don't want to meet your level, so they're trying to bring your level back down to them. And it's your responsibility to stay level-headed, to stay strong-minded, not to bring your level down. You just keep at it, keep doing what you're doing, because if you're ruffling somebody's feathers, chances are you're doing the right thing. You're putting in the right amount of work and you're excelling above other players. If you think about it, even the best players in the world get criticism every single day. Players like Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, these guys have won Ballon d'Ors, you know, international trophies. These guys have won pretty much nearly everything, and they're still getting criticized. So you better believe that you're going to get criticized along your journey as well. So just be prepared for it. If you're prepared for it and you're ready to deflect it, it's not going to be a shock to you, it's not going to unsteady you, it's not going to knock your confidence. Now let's talk about a more positive and healthy type of criticism, which at first, again, doesn't feel great when you're getting it, but if you can be open-minded and look at the bigger picture, this is something that can really benefit you as well. So you got to really look at the person who's giving you the feedback. If it's just a hate speech, if people are saying like you suck or something like that and don't offer any feedback, it's hate speech. They're not looking to improve you, they just want to tear you down. But if somebody's giving you some negative feedback on something like that was a wrong pass or that was a bad shot or something, and then they follow up with something constructive and share with you some ways to actually improve that situation, and it's actually got your best interests at heart. Some people might not deliver the message in the right way, some people are a bit more aggressive in the way they speak, depending on what coach you have or who's giving you the feedback, and this is something you're going to get a lot of as well, especially if you're trying to get to the higher levels. As you come into contact with higher level coaches, they're going to be more likely to give you a lot of criticism, but in a constructive way. So you need to be prepared for that as well. So if somebody's telling you there's some negative parts of your game, obviously it's going to hurt at first, but if you can kind of set that aside, put your pride aside for a second, and realize that if you listen to them, they might actually have some very valuable knowledge for you that you can apply to your game to make those things better. Then overall you're going to become a better player. So I just wanted to share that with you. I can go more into depth with this in a future video if you guys are still struggling with it, but I just wanted to at least get this message out there that there is a lot of negative feedback out there in the world, and especially on things like YouTube, where people can just sit behind a keyboard and say whatever because they know you're never going to come face to face with them, so they're so brave over the internet that they can just kind of tear you down anonymously. And that's just the way the world is right now. We're very much online. We're putting ourselves out there more and more with social media. We're putting ourselves out there to the public. It's not a hidden thing anymore. Even players like myself, if there wasn't YouTube, if there wasn't Instagram, a lot of you guys might not have even ever heard of me, but because of these platforms, you have access to my life, my training, my match footage and things like that. And with that, I get a lot of good feedback. With that, you're always going to get criticism as well. So if you're willing to put yourself out there, if you're willing to achieve anything, you've got to be vulnerable enough that you're going to get criticism along the way, and make sure you're mentally strong enough to deal with that. Otherwise, you're just going to tear down your confidence. So hopefully that helps some of you guys out there watching. I know it's a rough topic, it's not an easy thing, but it's something that you can work on. You can work on your mentality, just like your ability, just like in the gym with your strength and stuff. You can actually improve your mentality as well. So hopefully you guys benefit from that. But I think that's about it for my break now. I'm going to get out onto the pitch and I'm going to work on some crossing. So let's go. Probably can't see on the camera, but the golfer over here has just been like shanking them right into the 6-yard box, so kind of risking my life right now. Right, things were getting a bit too close for comfort over there. Literally, balls whizzing past my head. So I just adapted my session a little bit, coming over here into the technical area. And I didn't even plan to do this, but I just want to get a good sweat on, get some touches in, nice sharp touches. So what I'm doing is just pinging the ball into the wall, zipping it back, getting a clean touch, dribbling in and out of these poles here, escaping them, and then just finishing on the goal there, trying to find the corner. So working on that touch, close control, and finishing. And then we'll do about 20-25 reps, and then we'll call it a day. So let's go. Alright guys, so just got done with the session, and although I didn't get to work on as many crosses as I would have liked, still got a good sweat on and lots of touches on the ball, as you can see here. Absolutely steaming up the car like none other. That's the kind of thing I'm going to be doing every single day leading up until pre-season, which is in 2 weeks. And so I'm not going to be doing much fitness work, not a lot of cardio over the next couple of weeks, because we're going to be going after it in pre-season. Pre-season's a lot of fitness. So the kind of work I'm going to be doing now is mainly the technique work, the short, sharp, explosive stuff, and also the plyometrics and the functional work up in the gym, so that come in very explosive, and then we'll build that fitness together as a team over pre-season. So it's going to be good. I'll probably show you some more sessions along the way, because I want to inspire you guys to do your own sessions as well. Individual work is literally the difference maker if you want to take yourself to the next level. It's very good training with your team and stuff like that, but if you really want to advance to higher levels of the game, you've got to be dedicating time outside of those team training sessions to working on your own technique and even taking your athleticism to another level as well. So hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you smash that like button, hit the subscribe button for weekly training videos, and I will see you guys in my next video.